Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ricky V, and today we're going to talk about Serge Nubret. Now, Serge Nubret is a bodybuilder from the 60s and 70s. He's well known for his appearance in the bodybuilding cult film Pumping Iron. Serge, also known as the Black Panther, went about getting his physique a different way than most competitors of his day. Serge would spend 3 to 5 hours in the gym, consume between 4 to 5 pounds of horse meat every day, and was known to do up to 2,000 sit-ups non-stop as his abdominal workout, in the sort of way of doing cardio. Now, it's pretty obvious to everyone that Serge was on steroids. Dude was massive, and guys back in those days were able to just walk into their doctor's office and ask for steroids in order to help them develop a more muscular physique. And like many, Serge did just that. Now, in this video, I'm going to speculate as to what Serge Nubret would have used if the vintage muscle products were available to him. This is one of those fun videos where I get to combine the information on record with science and a little bit of imagination and come up with a stack that would be comparable to what Serge Nubret was using back in his day. Only that now we're going to be using the vintage muscle stacks. But before I get to that part, before we get into the compounds and the stacking, I want to tell you guys about some of his other bodybuilding secrets. I want to tell you guys about some of the things that Serge was known to have done in order to develop his physique. Because at the end of the day, guys, these compounds are not magic. If you're not putting in the time, if you're not training your butt off and eating properly, you're just not going to see all of the results you can really get out of these products. You'll be leaving a lot of muscle on the table if the rest of your lifestyle is not in order to really help you take advantage of what these exogenous anabolic hormones can do for you. In the case of Serge, he was known for training very hard. Serge would often skip breakfast and go straight to his ab training, where he would do short, consistent range of motion ab crunchies for about an hour nonstop. After that, he would do leg raises for another 15 minutes. He would usually total about 75 minutes of training in the morning, fasted. Serge would start his morning routine without eating breakfast. The 75-minute per day ab workout / warm-up / morning routine, many think is the reason why Serge's abdominal was so ridiculous for the time. Now, once Serge's morning routine was done, he would then get on ready for his first of his twice per day workout. Serge would work out for about 2.5 to 3 hours each time, twice per day, 6 days per week. Now, his morning warm-up didn't even count as training. That was just the morning warm-up, his sort of cardio. And what did Serge's training look like? Serge would sometimes do as many as 30 sets per body part, an intense, high amount of volume. And this is another reason why many folks believe that Serge was able to eat mass quantities of food, something to the tune of 800 grams of protein per day. This is way more than the 1 to 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight that modern bodybuilders are known to take. He was actually doing almost 4 times as much. And his demanding training regimen, the high volume training, the many reps and many hours of training that Serge spent in the gym every week allowed him to gorge on food and still be lean with paper tight skin. Serge didn't believe much in having just a regimented, set in stone training program. He liked to listen to his body and change his training and even dieting methods depending on how he felt. He would listen to his body and use a lot of instinctive training principles to bring him to the physique that you see on the screen right now. All right, guys, now we get into the good part. What kind of compounds did Serge Nubret use during his training programs up to competition? What was he using? Well, I did a lot of research. I asked old school bodybuilders. A couple of them you've actually seen on this podcast. I consulted Nelson Montana, Dr. Todd Lee. I brought it all the way back to some videos of fans of Serge. Also went back and scoured thousands of posts that Serge made on the bodybuilding forums. Now, Serge was never very open about his drug use. He mainly focused on sharing his diet and training principles. But folks around the way that have heard rumors did share some of it with me. They said Serge was known to do testosterone and primobolan off-season, and then primobolan and winstrol during the season. Now hear me out. That is testosterone and primo off-season while he's gaining, and then primo and winnie coming up to the competition. So how do we recreate that? What would be the best way to recreate the stack of testosterone, which will aromatize, is very anabolic, along with primo, which is not all that androgenic and doesn't aromatize? And then switch over to winstrol, which will dry you out. It doesn't aromatize, and stay on the primo. What would be the most comparable stack to do this with? And here's how I would do it, guys. I would run rat mass along with one andro. Now, this one, we're treating the one andro as our non-aromatizing solidifying agent, the way Serge would with primobolan. And we're using the rat mass as your big mass bulker, your aromatizing agent, the way to gain that mass. So I would run the rat mass stack along with the one andro stack for the first 4 weeks of bulking. Once those first 4 weeks were done, I would go right into my pre-competition mode, cutting down calories, up in the volume and cardio, really hitting it hard. And for that, I would continue to stay on the one andro, and I would add wind test. In this stack, wind test is going to be the anabolic that helps you dry out and get shredded as you're cutting down on the calories, as you're losing that body fat. And we would stay on the one andro. So that means that for the last 4 weeks of this stack, you want to stay on the one andro and add the wind test right along. Now, don't forget, Serge was known to eat large quantities of meat and other nutritious foods. So taking Organa right along with the whole cycle to make sure that you're getting all of these essential vitamins and minerals that your body needs is incredibly important. Serge's diet is a huge contributor to the way he looked, not just the sauce, guys. And obviously, on this one, I would toss in the standard vintage muscle post-psychotherapy. That's the muscle support stack right along with Testis. Now, that's a great stack to run, guys. And if you want to do it the way Serge did it, you want to have a nice abdominal morning routine. You want to come in and train your butt off 30 sets per body part. Then after a short break, you want to come in and do it again at nighttime and do that 6 times per week. Now, I know that sounds like quite a lot for any of us that don't dedicate to bodybuilding full time. It's just an impossible schedule for us to have real jobs. But you could increase the number of sets you do per body part, and you could add a morning routine by waking up just a little bit earlier, heading to bed just a little bit earlier, so you have 30 to 45 minutes to 75 minutes in the morning to train your abs and get a sweat going. That's it, guys. That is my speculation on what Serge Nubret would have done from the Vintage Muscle product line and how he would have executed. If you'd like to discuss this video, have any more questions, or if there are any vintage bodybuilders you want me to cover in this series, all you have to do is head over to vintage-muscle.com, and on the top right, click on the community link. That'll take you right to our Facebook community. You can go in and say, hey guys, this Serge Nubret video I saw, I'd like to see one with this other bodybuilder, or I'd like to get some more information, or I'd like to get your opinions. And we're all there. I'll be there. I'll answer your questions. Thousands of other Vintage Muscle community members are there to share their experience, share their opinions, answer your questions. It's a big community, and we keep each other accountable. It's part of what's fun. Coming in, we're all using the same stuff. We're all sharing in this experience, and you should too. Come join us. Well, guys, that's it for me today. Please come see me on the next one. Peace.